A very good morning and Sage Anandam to everyone. This is Dr. Neha Dubey, Associate Professor in the Department of Management, SIRT College. Today, I'm going to discuss one of the basic topic of a Business Economics BBA course. The topic is contribution of a Kautilya in economic development. As we all know that the Kautilya contribution is a very well established in our economics because he is the first one who gave the economic concept in India. So we have to discuss about the what kind of a contribution, what kind of a principles are given for the welfare of the economic development. So first we need to understand about the history and the biography of the Chanakya itself. He was an Indian teacher, philosopher, economist, jurist, and the royal advisor. Also known as a Chanakya and Vishnugupta, he is considered in the field of the political science and economics in India. He is mainly associated with the Maurya emperor, where the Chandragupta, he gave the power economically as well as intellectually to develop the Chandragupta to rise in a power. Also served his son Bindusara also, in the ancient era. He has also been rewarded as the Indian Machiavelli. Now, the Kautilya Arthashastra, his book Arthashastra gives the details of the political, social, economic, and the military organization of the past, and especially of the Mauryan Empire. Empire. It is divided into the 15 chapter covering the 430 pages. It covers almost all the aspects of the theory and the practice of the economy. It also deals with the government of the town, villages, law, codes, etc. For contributing in economic development, he give his intellectual power, his logical power, his political and social knowledge to gather all the public in a one frame so that the economic can boost up. He gave the certain principles for understanding the economic or for welfare of the economic development. Like according to Kautilya, artha, wealth is the most important thing, and the dharma and the kama are dependent on it. To him, wealth included the money, commodity, acquired wealth, and public, private property, precious metals, labor, and even forest produce also. Acquisition of the wealth is always beneficial if it is required for the sake of the good wife, a son, or a friend, or for giving or for the charity. He justified the wealth earned through the proper means. He also thought that the accumulation of the wealth was a safe method for the protecting the people against the famines. He give the most importance in a wealth creation, but he also said that the means of earning or creating the wealth should be a right choice, a right one, ethically followed. Secondly, the vrat, the national income, the Varta, national income. Ancient thinkers used to word the Varta to mean the signs of the national economy. Kautilya included the agriculture, animal husbandry, trade in the Varta also. It was necessary for the king to learn about the essentials of the national economy from the scholars and specialists in order to discharge his function successfully as a ruler. Now, the agriculture and the animal husbandry, as we all know, days or from the ancient area, the India is mostly dependent on the agriculture. And so Chanakya also gave that we have to use the natural resources which we already given by the God, and for the development and for the economical growth, the agriculture play a very important role. The important components of the Varta regarded as the basis for the sources of a new wealth, agriculture was given a pride of a place among the occupation adopted by the people. Our ancient scholars well understood the details of agricultural techniques, and they have mentioned in their books the rotation of the crops, intensivity and the extensive cultivation, large and small scale farming, use of the fertilizers, crops, diseases, and their irrigations by the natural resources such as the rivers and the tanks, cattle farming, poultry, seed selection, etc. The many of the things comes into the category of agriculture. And this is the only base we can create and use as a huge scale for the economical development. Largest source of the state income was at land revenue. because at that time no one have that much capable to own that land, so they can take on a rent also, and the king provide that land on a rental basis. The labor came and earn the daily wages and the other required things for the daily necessity, and they cultivate for that king, so that this one is the land revenue is the main source of income at that time. Now, in those days, state and the community were responsible for the development of agriculture, for which the waste land were to be cleared. And the fair prices of the agriculture produce were fixed by the state to save the cultivators from the clutches of the traders. And ultimately, if we have sufficient production of the commodities for fulfilling that particular state, so that we can also export to the other states. So the land revenue, the agricultural production by using the natural resources, we can also employ the people and also earn by exporting. So this will given by the Kautilya in that time. The next one is the labor. Kautilya have dealt with the method for the regulation of the wages and the settlement of the disputes between the employer and the workers. Kautilya didn't recommend slave labor, but hired labor was there. He was a very against on this slavery system, because we cannot slave the other people. We just give the opportunity and the work to fulfill their life for living their life by earning some income. So the Kautilya had laid down a code of labor discipline. For instance, he suggested that a wage worker who abandoned his work before the term had expired was to pay the whole amount of stipulated wages to his employer and a fine to the king. He makes certain rules and regulations for the proper balance between the employer and the workers. If the person or the labor has terminated their work or not completed the given task or the work as per their consent previously decided, so they need to pay the whole wages or sacrifice their wages, and also with the fine to the king. On the other hand, if the employer dismissed a workman whom he had hired before the expiration of the term agreed upon, he must pay the full amount of wages stipulated in the fine to the king, unless the workman was to blame. So there is a both the side benefits. So labor can also claim vice versa. If the before the he get termination before the expiration of a term that is decided previously, so the against means the king has to pay the full amount of wages without any cutting. So this is the labor system given by the Kautilya. Of course, trade. As I already told you about the agricultural extra trade. So Kautilya devoted a good deal of attention to the problems of a trade, such as the regulation and the development of a trade by the state and the different taxes to be levied on the commodities, and that entered into the trade. So he even advocated state trading in a certain commodities through the departmental agencies. And trade was approved only when the supplies of commodities are left over after satisfying the local needs. So, as I already discussed in agriculture, whatever we are producing for the fulfillment of our state, after the fulfilling the consumptions or the satisfying the needs of the state population, we can trade it or the export to the other state also, so that we can earn the amount. Okay, so this is only the fifth principle. We will continue the next 5 to 6 principle in the next lecture. Till then, have a nice day and thank you for patientfully listening. We will get you back after this lecture in a second part. So thank you.